If you're as old as me, you used to see Prima strategy guides in every store that sold games. Now this was a different age entirely. The internet wasn't anything like it is now for getting info on games, and games were purposefully made difficult to push guides like this and Nintendo Power. I mean, who the hell would ever figure out how to burn this bush in Zelda or crouch in this corner in Simon's Quest? These guides were the original pay to win. Now, if you look back at these guides for popular games, it becomes pretty obvious that they weren't giving players the best information. So when I saw Prima had a YouTube channel that featured Hearthstone, I was immediately interested. They have a total of 16 videos, and most of them are on how to beat the tutorial bosses and unlock each class. But there's one we're going to take a look at, and it's on how to build a control warlock. So let's see. I mean, how bad could it be?
You must attack that minion with taunt. You must attack that minion with taunt.
Ah, fuck. But good deck builders aren't always the best players, so let's see what they have to say about making a control warlock.
And then there's the Warlock. With worthless synergy and painful drawbacks, it's a wonder that people even play this hero.
Okay, well thankfully we have Prima here to help us build something playable out of this absolute dogshit class. But we need to get something straight here. See, control is a pretty vague term when it comes to deck building, so how exactly are they planning on building this list?
With a control deck, don't expect your giant monsters to win your matches. And don't get too attached to your minions. They are there to do their duty, and their duty is to die. With a control deck, your main objective is to always have the best tempo. You need to control the battlefield. You get it now? Do you understand? Okay.
Alright, so that sounds like the basic idea behind Zoo board control. Look at this, these guys were way ahead of their time, but I have to mention something before we continue. This is how the whole video is recorded. I haven't zoomed in this footage at all. Forget a guide on how to build a control warlock. Where's the WikiHow article on how to record a YouTube video? But aside from that, let's hear more from the visionaries at Prima. What else do we need to know when making a control warlock?
You just don't really use your demons. Demons have a lower mana cost, but many of them have a drawback, whether it's randomly discard a card or destroy one of your minions.
You hear that? Demons suck. You thought these guys fit into your zoo deck? You fucking idiot. Start taking notes. Also, just ignore that succubus that's clearly on the board while they try to make this claim. So we know the general premise of the deck, but what cards do we need to fill it out?
So the two main demon cards you want in this deck are your Voidwalkers and your Blood Imps. I like to combo the Blood Imp with a Master Swordsmith. Dread Infernals and Void Towers can be useful. Besides the Voidwalkers, have the Shield Master and the Lord of the Arena in your deck. Have some Chargers in there to help wipe the board or to face check some secrets. Spellbreakers or any other silence cards are essential to keep your enemies worthless on the field. Have cards like the Nightblade, the Ironforge Rifleman, or the Elven Archer to start taking pot shots at their health, or to pick off low health minions. Speaking of, Mortal Coil is also a must-have for this deck. A meek Murloc with power overwhelming can now carve the heart out of many powerful minions. And don't be afraid to use your Twisting Nether. It doesn't matter how many of your boars or kobolds die, all that matters is that all of their good guys are now dead.
Okay, you catch all that? Well, don't worry, because I did, and I took all that info to rebuild the original, the ultimate zoo deck. But wait a minute, how come nobody seems to know that Prima strategy guides are actually responsible for originally building Zoo? Perhaps it's because someone else stole the idea and claimed it as their own.
Fucking invented this deck.
That's right. New classic streamer Raynad27 has claimed that he was the one who invented Zoo, and he even watered the list down with some of his own horrendous card choices. I must say, the whole situation is truly bizarre.